Good evening, it's Monday evening. It's actually just coming up on 7 o'clock. I've been here maybe an hour, a bit later getting here than I'd hoped. To be honest, I'm absolutely shattered. I think I've been awake since yesterday, so I won't be stopping any longer. I've watered the tomatoes. They seem to be enjoying a bit of a growth spurt again, I think, with the warmer weather. This cucumber's looking pretty good. There's a cucumber over there. There's a few more forming, a few flowers. No tomatoes actually ripe yet, but not far off. I've snapped out a couple of side shoots and I've just pushed them in these two pots, see if they take root or not. Even if I just get one truss, it'll be some extra fruit. I'm just looking a little bit limp at the minute. Obviously they're being detached from the parent plants. Got to put a couple of strings on some of these, tie them up a bit higher. They've again had a bit of a growth squirt. So a few little tomatoes forming in there and down there. This one's still a bit of decay in it, but I picked some more dead stuff out, but I don't want to disturb it too much in case I start knocking tomatoes off. So there's me messing with it. Hopefully some of these will ripen pretty soon. I brought a tub of stuff down from it to stick in the compost. It's amazing how just a few days how much that's dropped. A bit of fresh stuff in the top, but it must have dropped another 2 or 3 inches at least since last looked in here. It has rained today, and well, it was raining hard yesterday. I didn't make it down yesterday, so it's just hammering it down. But things look like they're growing quite happily at the minute, the stuff that's still growing. Just, even this courgette. Doubled in size since I looked at it the other day, so that's about ideal for a little courgette. I've not peeled any of the leaves back on the corn. I'll leave that a bit longer, but they're not massive, them. They're just going to be like sort of baby corn. The longer established bulbs are getting bigger every day. A bit of beetroot you can just see growing there. Obviously the rabbit's not getting into it at the minute. There's a couple of clumps down there are fighting back. I'm not sure what the weather's set to do tomorrow or for the rest of the week. Hopefully it'll dry, and perhaps on Friday I'll be able to start burning some of this. Get rid of it all. It's amazing, a good downpour and everything starts, all the weeds start growing back at tremendous speed. What would an allotment video be without a plane going over? I'm sure there used to be there's 2 gooseberries which at the front This is a red currant, and I'm sure there used to be another red currant around here. And then this one and this were black currants. So they're all raspberries in the background there. That's the comfrey. I need to bring my loppers and give some of this dead wood a good trim back. There's an old bird's nest there in that gooseberry. So I'm going to wrap up for today. Out of sync now with having Monday off. May head back tomorrow. I'll be down here on Friday afternoon. Might go straight home tomorrow night, have a dabble at home if it's dry, and then maybe have Thursday, Friday down here. We'll see what the weather brings. So I shall bring you back next time. Cheers. Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. It's Friday afternoon. It took me a little bit longer to get here this afternoon than should have done, mainly roadworks and accidents somewhere on the motorways and people diverting, etc. So I'm here now, I've had my lunch. Looking not bad in here actually. These have gone a little bit limp. These two are side shoots I transplanted, but I think they're picking back up. Everything else looks fairly reasonable. I was looking these up. I can't remember when I bought the seeds, but I'd misread the label. I was thinking it was a bush tomato, but it's called Artisan Blush, not Bush. My mistake. So I probably shouldn't have grown it like this as a bush. It would be an indeterminate, but not to worry. But I can't find where I bought the seeds from, so I don't know. They seem to come in lots of different, like orange stripy ones, green stripy ones, red stripy ones. They still feel a bit firm, them, so they're not ripe yet, so I'm not sure what colour these will end up. But you can usually tell when they're ripe. They sort of have a softness to them, so we'll see how they develop. I did call, the weather's pretty overcast today. It's looking a bit miserable. It's supposed to be thunder and high winds, I believe, this evening or into the weekend. I did call yesterday after work, but I completely forgot to record anything. What I did do, well, predominantly, I took the cover off the incinerator and piled a bit more of this stuff in. So although there has been some showers this morning, I don't think anything's saturated, so I'll take that cover off and I'll get my blowtorch and see if I can get it to start burning, and then start feeding some of this in. And while that's ablaze, I'll try and dig out the other stuff that still needs raking out from behind there. These plants are all looking reasonable at the minute. Leeks seem to have recovered. I'm not sure if anything's still nibbling on them. I'm pretty sure there's the rabbit's still in here, but I did hear a thump again, unless there's a bird nesting in that overgrown fruit area there where the gooseberries are. There was a bit of a thud as I came in before. Might try taking some of these other covers off. I'll do that after. But amazing how I cleared all the tops of these and full of weeds again. think I'll leave these ones covered up that have the beetroot in, because that's the one thing it does seem to like really chewing. Vineweed as well. Strangling stuff. So looks like they're starting, or that one's certainly starting to die off now. The others are still quite green. Doesn't look like anything's got past them covers. So there's still some stuff in here that needs raking out. For now I'll get the fire going and I'll bring you back in a bit. Well, she's ablaze, so I'm sending smoke signals out again. This is a handy tool. It's a long-handled fork, but it's a muck fork, ideally designed for, you know, use in stables, manure and straw, etc. But being all metal, it's a very handy tool for sort of reaching into a fire and, you know, piling. It's a bit hard to do one-handed, but scooping stuff up and dropping it on top of a fire without getting your hands too close. Obviously, not having any wood on it, you're not going to burn the shaft or anything. So I've had that quite a while, probably up 10 or 12 years, but I don't remember it as being massively expensive at the time when I bought it. So I'll keep an eye on this fire. I'll bring you back in a bit. This thing's burnt out a lot faster than I can keep feeding it. That's pretty much most of the loose stuff now. Good bit of ash in there. Once that's cooled, I'll get the waterproof cover back over, over the top. Still need to bring my loppers down and sort one or two of the other bits out. Some more old raspberry canes in there I can get out, but I'll let that one burn out now so it's cool enough when I go and start again next time. I don't remember having so much space in there before. Usually if you stood in the middle in the past, you're completely camouflaged all the way around. So it's opened it up quite a bit. I might have to try and sort a bit of netting out one way or another. By opening it up, you give access, or better access, to the birds, or pigeons or squirrels, anything that likes eating fruit. You'd be surprised, the magpies, the crows, all of them do. So I'll have a slurp on my coffee for a bit, let that burn out, and I'll bring you back in a bit. Just a quick closing. Battery's nearly gone on my phone, so that all pretty much, well, it has all burnt out. Those are some extra bits I just chucked in afterwards. I had half a bag of compost lying around when I opened it up. There's a nettle growing out the side of it, so that's what you see down there. So scraped a bit more out the middle there, got some of this stuff scraped out of this end bit. Need to have another do in here. Still a lot of raspberry canes and some bits that need pruning off the side of the gooseberry. Need to sort of separate the red currant seems to have grown into the gooseberry there. So opened it up a bit, still plenty to do. I might just have a rummage for a couple more potatoes before I go. But like I say, phone's not far off dying, so this will probably be my closing bit for this week. Not sure, it's still very overcast. Hasn't spat with rain anymore, but the forecast is saying high winds and thundery showers later, so not sure what I'm up to at the weekend. Hopefully get some time in the garden at home if the weather's okay, otherwise I'll try and make a bit of progress on one of the projects I've got going on. So thanks for watching. Thanks to any new subscribers. Please tell your friends if they have similar interests, and I'll catch you all again next week. Cheers now. I just ended up digging up some of the potatoes. A couple of right weird misshaped ones, but I'd left that covered, as you saw in the other video. Something's still been in there, digging a hole and got to another one underneath, so there's still some in them tyres, but they're a lot deeper now. So this was like the upper layer. I've scraped them out, so I'm going to leave these in the greenhouse, just in this tub of old, well, it's fresh, old but fresh compost. They need to dry out a little bit before I can bag them anyway. I'll take a couple that have got splits in and make some. There was a couple with a bit of a splitting. Is that the other one? Yeah. So I'll take them home with me and add them to some food this weekend.